Beyoncé is making history. Her new song, Texas Hold'em, is now #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart. And that makes the 32-time Grammy winner the first black woman with a #1 song on the country charts. The song is part of the Houston native's upcoming country album, Renaissance Act 2, which is expected to embrace her Texas roots and spotlight black country stars who came before her. So let's take this to our group chat. SiriusXM radio host and ABC News contributor Mike Muse, senior entertainment reporter at ESPN's Anscape, and ABC News contributor Kelly Carter, and Marcus Dowling, Nashville country music reporter for the Tennessean. Thank you all for being on. Mike, I just want to start with your reaction. What do you think when you hear about Beyoncé's new history-making moment, and what do you think this does for the conversation surrounding country music?
I think it's absolutely incredible. So first, congratulations to Beyoncé for making history and for making this discourse. I think there is a great social discourse that is now happening in society with having this understanding and this anthropological discourse of the origins of country music. There is this misnomer out there in terms of who owns the genre of country music. I personally don't think that any culture or race owns a genre, but it allows us to talk about the history of country music, and that is rooted in African music, and that it comes from the sub-Saharan Africa, in particular in Western Africa, where the original banjo was first formulated and came over through the diaspora and landed. Country music has always been rooted in what we call field songs and spiritual hymnals that we saw across the country, and it wasn't until we start seeing the Great Northern Migration that we start to see the transition of country music going from country, the minstrel shows with the banjo being appropriated by white culture who embraced the banjo, that then you started seeing hillbilly music that then led to country music, which then led to race records, where then you started to see the divide of who owns it. Whiteness or blackness, where a lot of black contributions were ignored during the hillbilly era.
Now, Kelly, this album is expected to tap into that black history and the roots in country music dating back to the 1600s. So can you talk a little bit more about that in terms of what we can expect?
I mean, I think that we can expect Beyoncé to do what she does, which is really change the conversation around this particular genre. You know, I imagine that Beyoncé is probably going to tap into talent like Mickey Guyton, you know, or she's going to tap into musicians that have been playing in the background in country music who also happen to be Black or African American. But also, I think that she really is going to continue this conversation about who is gatekeeping country music. For whatever reason, every time a Black artist creates music that charts in country music or should be charted or should be celebrated, there seems to be this conversation around it. If you remember just a few years back, Lil Nas X had an uphill battle with his debut song, you know, that was embraced in the country world, and it took Garth Brooks to come in to help kind of cement the deal and close that gap there. But I think what's going to happen is Beyoncé is going to deliver another incredible album and something that we're going to be talking about for a long time to come.
Marcus, that said, there are some that are, you know, sort of backlashing this, more traditional, quote-unquote, country music fans, some radio stations that won't play her songs. What do you make of that, especially considering the history that Kelly and Mike just explained?
I'd say that we're looking at a situation where we've had Black artists who enter the space who have been equal to, but not above and beyond, the scope and range of success or reach of white artists in the space. And when you get somebody like Beyoncé in the room, she's equitable or far beyond the scope of 100 years of country music history as far as Black artists in the space, or even white artists in the space. Her space in the conversation is wholly unprecedented across all various measures.
Mike, I'm out of time, but final thoughts on this one?
I'm excited. I'm excited for the social discourse that's about to happen. I'm excited for global society to learn the origins of country music. I'm excited for the reclamation of country music as its roots were stirred in African music. And I'm also too excited for the boats and the ties that Beyoncé will lift up as we move forward, such as Mickey Guyton, but also too Yola, Warren Treaty, and so many other artists who can now ride this incredible energy and momentum.
Kelly, final thoughts?
Let's go Beyoncé. I'm ready to see everyone, you know, kind of wipe out all the 10-gallon hats to pull up at the next world tour. So let's go. Let's do this.
And Marcus?
Beyoncé hitting #1 on country radio is the thing that we need to keep an eye out for. When that happens, I think you're going to really get to see a groundswell of support that's unprecedented and a real space for African Americans who are fans and supporters and work within the genre to have a moment to shine.
Very cool. Time to dust off those cowboy boots, everyone. Mike Muse, Kelly Carter, Marcus Dowling, thank you all.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.